Have you tried to heal in the same place you got hurt? That's what this gonna be about. Because for a long time, I tried to heal in the same place I got hurt, and I realized that when I tried to change who I was and create this new person that I felt that I needed to be, I realized that the people around me was the same. The things that pulled me down was the same. So I figured out that, man, I'm never gonna change in the same soul. What do I mean by that? I mean by that soul. That means my environment. So every time I went through what I call a new year, new me, it seemed to be maybe a worse me. It ended up I repeat the same cycles. I had a pattern, and I have all these dreams and ambition, but I never could break through to the other side. And that's when I start to realize I can't heal in the same place I was hurt. Have you ever tried to heal? Are you going through that situation where you feel like you seem never to break through to where you're trying to get to? Maybe it's because it's the same people in the same environment that don't want to see you succeed. And I don't think it's the people, I think it's the way they program. We all got this programming. We all got these things that maybe we get comfortable in doing, and trying to break that is hard. So most people don't want to change. So when you want to be this better person, it's gonna take getting away from the people that's comfortable in their positions or in their lifestyle. Excuse me. So in that way of thinking, in that way of acting, it keeps you in that same motion. So when I say healing, you can't heal in that same place. You can't. You actually gonna outgrow it if you start to grow. So that soil can't feed you. That environment can't feed you. So what in your environment is holding you back? Only you know that. But I'm gonna say this, put in the comments because you know what's holding you back. So just be like this. I'm done. You gotta say it to yourself. I'm done. I'm gonna live the way I need to live. We all got that spirit inside of us that leads us, that guides us, that will take us anywhere we want to go. But we gotta let it. We gotta let it live, breathe, and become what it needs to be. And we have to feed that. I had to feed that. And I still have to feed that. If I would have stayed in my environment, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. There's no possible way I would have been able to do that because of my environment and what I have been doing for so long. I'm drawn to that lifestyle. Let me say it like that. I'm drawn to that lifestyle. So I had to break that lifestyle. I had to break what I'm comfortable with. I had to break out of that environment that fed me the wrong nutrients. I was growing in the wrong way. So in order for me to take my life to the next level, that mean I had to change some things. I had to discipline myself. And I had to be around things that helped me discipline myself. I had to break away from things that held me back. I had to break away from people that hold me back. I had to break away from maybe that person I love to get to grow. I'm not telling you this is easy. I'm telling you it's gonna come with some sacrifices. I'm gonna tell you that it's gonna come with some heartbreaks. For me, I got a big heart, so I'm drawn to want to fix and help, and sometimes that still takes a toll on me, you know. But I know today that everything needs to have boundaries. And I have to respect boundaries. I have to put myself in a boundary set and be like, listen, you're not going to cross these boundaries. I'm not going to cross yours. I mean, I'm not going to give you more than you can give me. You got to be around things that's going to grow you and help you. But you got to be your own help too. Because nobody wants it more than you do. Nobody see your vision more than you do. I need you to put it in the comments. Nobody see my vision but me. Because ain't nobody gonna see that vision as clear as you see it. And you gotta believe in yourself when nobody else does. And if you're around the wrong people, they gonna suck the life out of it. That's why I say you gotta get in the right soil. You gotta get away from those kind of toxic people. Because that low vibration is gonna bring you right back down into that stagnant state. You won't grow in there. It's like crabs in a bucket. The other crabs don't want to see you, so they pull you back down. That's that soul, man. You know what I mean? So you got to understand that you got to get in fertile soil. You got to get into where you feeding yourself and where you ain't listening to negative stuff. You got to be able to block that out. And sometimes, believe it or not, we sleeping with the enemy. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's the person that you love the most that don't want to see you succeed. And that's the craziest thing, because if we've been with that person for so long, you be like, man, I know it ain't good for me, but I'm used to it. And sometimes when I'm saying this, and I mean it, that change is not easy, but it's doable. Say, I can change, because you can. I can get better, because you can. Whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve it, but you got to want it. You got to want it so bad that, man, it's like the air you breathe, really. You know, I call it, like, for me, it was my stage 4 cancer. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was gonna die in this bad place, and this thing that I would never forgive myself from, because I know I was better than that. So I knew, okay, how can you beat cancer? Man, it's time to go into chemotherapy. It's time to go into treating this thing with everything I got inside of me to fight it. So that's the way I really, really just came at my new life. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing this almost 8 years, and I'm not telling you it's easy, because it's not. It was probably one of the biggest challenges I ever faced in my life. But it works. When I feed this precious gift God gave me, my life started to change. Everything about me started to change. Everything that I used to do, I don't do it anymore. You know, I don't treat people bad. I do not appreciate people. I used to didn't appreciate. I felt like I was entitled to whatever you did for me. You know, I felt like, yeah, get that done for me. But today I understand that everybody got a gift. Everybody got that something special, and I appreciate it in every person. I appreciate people more than I ever have, because you won't have nothing without other people and their assistance. You wouldn't put her alone. But this the thing. To become the greatest version of yourself, you can't look for applause. You can't look for pats on the back. You got to become the best version of you. And that's the work. That is the real work, because you got something inside of you that's going to pull on you. And then sometimes you're going to feel like, man, I'm not achieving. And that's when you got to step in, and you really got to step up, and you really got to start to really take yourself to that next level. But you ain't doing it. Your spirit going to do it for you. See, sometimes you're going to face challenges over and over again. It's not that you're repeating the same cycle. It's just you got to pass these certain levels of tests. And I'm going to give you what I call a cheat code to it. And that's being grateful for whatever you're going through, because it's going to give you a lesson with a blessing tied to it. And once you start to understand that, man, the sun going to shine through this, it's going to teach you something through it. And see, that's gonna be your milestone breakers. That's gonna be them things that really take you and really you're gonna start to see the progress in your life. You're gonna start looking back and be like, wow, why somebody admire me for this? Because it ain't about you being admired. It's about your spirit saying, I'm gonna show you something about how far you done came. So that's when you, because it gives you milestone breakers. It gives you those elements that be like, man, I remember what I used to be and I know I ain't there no more. It's those milestone breakers. It's those little elements that switches on for you that you ain't never switched on. You gonna switch on some things in your life you ain't never used before. But you gotta want it. See, you got to make that decision in your life. When are you gonna make that decision? That's gonna be the question you got to ask yourself. When am I gonna make the decision not to go back? Because it's easy to be like, all right, I ain't doing that, and then next week you right back over there hanging out. Next week you right back where you don't supposed to be at, listening to some stuff that's poisoning your mind because you trying so hard and you don't went and bragged about what you doing, and guess what happened? You right back where you started. Because low vibrational people pulls you right back. It's addictive. Believe it or not, low vibration people are addictive. And why is that? I don't know why it's addictive. Because I can tell you. Let me stop. It's called I'm comfortable over here. I know these people. I've been with them my whole life. That's why it's addictive. I don't have all the answers. I live in real time solving problems in my own life and I share it with you. That's the truth. See, I'm authentic. I don't go and make up something because it sounds good. I don't go repeat something because it sounds good. I don't go and listen to somebody else and be like, oh, no, I apply stuff. See, I'm an applier. I'm an executor. I'm going to execute in my own life. I'm going to see how it turn out. Then I'm going to share it with you if it work or not. See, I know what works and what don't work because I apply these things. I know how to change my emotional state. I know how to flip the script on my own self. How do you flip that switch or that script? It's what you tell yourself. Okay? It's what you feed your spirit. You have to understand when you in low vibration because you complain about everything. Low vibrational people complain about everything. I was just in low vibration yesterday. That's no lie. Tell you the truth. And I had to, hold up. Wrong energy. Why, how did this even happen? See, sometimes if you are in a situation where you know you shouldn't be doing certain things, like for me, I shouldn't have went if I didn't have the right vibration to go do something or let myself go into that environment to do something. Because most of the time it's low vibrational people pulling you into low vibrational things. You cannot get pulled into low vibrational things. If you try to help people and they go right back to low vibration, you got to let them stay in low vibration. You cannot take high vibration to low vibrational things. It does not work. It'll pull you right into that. But nobody's perfect. I just told you, I just got pulled into low vibration yesterday. So it's just being acknowledgeable to saying, listen, I refuse to let myself be around low vibration. Because the simple fact of it is, in order to be where you want to be, you got to be at a certain vibration, or if not raising it. Are you going to be around low vibrational people? Yes, you're going to, yes. And sometimes it's out of your control. I'm good with that. But I'm not good with going into my environment around low vibrational people. Why do I say that? Because those low vibrational people understand what my vibration is, and they whole intention is to pull it down. Low vibrational people that I just meet has no idea I'm high vibrational. They can't change my vibration. Once you understand the emotional state and the vibrational state, and that's what I'm finna teach you today. Vibrational, high vibration, low vibration, and emotions is all tied together. When your vibration comes down, your emotional state starts to get corrupted in the same format. You get angrier faster. You don't be rational. All of those things start to get all off kilter. High vibration, oh, your harmony good, your expression good, the way you move is good. That attracts things to you. Negative people don't attract nothing but chaos, confusion. It's a mess. Their life always messy. Ain't nothing going right for them. You know what I mean? For real. And I mean, can they be happy at times? Yeah. But guess what? I don't care what their state is. I know what mine need to be. And it need to be high vibration. I need to register if it's on a Richter scale of 100, I need to be at 90. If it's 1 out of 10, I need to be at a 9. You know, I'm not telling you that you can run 10s, but I can tell you can run 90s and 90s and 90s. You can do that. You know what I mean? I'm telling you that this thing is possible in this life to be at a high vibration and stay at a high vibration. How do I know that's true? Because I have been for probably a month and a half running on 90s. That's how I know that 90 is not hard, but it's being in that state of mind in the process, and always processing and staying on and acknowledging where you at. Okay. These things comes with discipline. These things come with knowing that you're in a process, knowing that everything you do, you know what I'm saying, you taking it in and you analyzing it. Because it's your life, it's your form, it's what you want to do, it's where you want to be. So you got to invest in yourself. You got to read books. You got to listen to things. This right here, what goes in here affects this. Okay. So you got to watch what you feed in your mind. You have to. You can't take on a whole bunch of negative people because they're going to drain you unless you feed yourself positive stuff. And then you ain't got a lot of negative in your life, in your private life, then you good. But you got to understand how to process that. I wouldn't advise that if you young to it. I wouldn't advise that if you like ain't been healing long. I wouldn't advise you to go tell somebody, okay, yeah, I'm in process of healing. No, don't. I mean, it's like a private conversation with God. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't got to know you got that conversation. Everybody ain't got to know you got that relationship. But you will know it. And it's going to reflect through you. Okay? This is how you strengthen that. This is how, but you're going to automatically get that once you start to feed your spirit, once you start to understand who you truly are, because it's going to start to show. It's no different than a workout or a losing weight program. You know, like when you go to the gym and you start to go and you know, in the first couple weeks, you start to see a little bit of results. You know what I mean? You really do. Like your muscle kind of tighten up, your body like flexing, because you will feel it. Okay. That's just like this. You'll feel it. But then it's going to get old. Okay. Then you got to put in more work to get that little bit of result. But you got to stick with it. You got to stay consistent, and you cannot get back into that old mindset. You got to break that oldness. You got to continue to feed what's going to change your life, what's going to change your destination, because your attitude is going to change. You're going to be a nicer, softer, and understanding person. And I'm not going to say that you won't be taken advantage of, because you will. I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting up here telling you, oh man, you're gonna change the world. Not it ain't gonna happen like that. It's not. I'm lying. I don't lie to you. I really come on here and I feed you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Why? Because that's what I am. I mean, once you understand that when you get honest with yourself, you're gonna be very truthful. Because see, when you honest with you, I ain't got no reason to lie to anybody else, because see, I'm honest with me. This is the thing about the process. But you can't do that when you're around a whole bunch of people that lie. Just about life. You gotta change your soul. You gotta change the people and places and the things that's gonna corrupt you. You gotta say that. I'm changing that. I'm changing the people I let into my energy. You got to change that. You will know who bad and who good because you gonna feel it. Once you start exercising this, once you start applying it, it's gonna change your life. Listen, I know I done kept you on here. So hey, listen, if you knowing that you need to change, you knowing that you need to do something different, man, listen, go at the bottom here. It's in the comments. It's in the description. Listen, man, there's a toolkit. It's free. Just apply it. That's all you gotta do. Once you start applying this stuff, once you start really feeling this stuff, and I mean, I just gave it to you, really, like some discipline. You can go watch my videos. Like I keep coming because you can't do nothing without the right mindset. If you ain't did nothing more than change your mindset, you're gonna change your destination. Promise you that. Because your life is gonna be different. It doesn't matter how far you think you can go with the right mindset and the right spirit, because your spirit gonna change all of it. You already got that right winner in you. You was born with it. You was born to succeed. You was born to have abundance. You was born to have all these things. But you gotta want it. You gotta say, today I'm claiming victory. That's the only way you really gonna get it. You know what I mean? You gotta claim it. You gotta claim your victory. You gotta make that burning decision. You gotta make that thing that where no matter what, I'm not going back. You gotta do that. But only you can. Hey, just say, put it in the comments, I'm gonna change my destination. Because I'm gonna choose it. I'm gonna choose it with everything I got, because you got that choice. We got free will. We got the right to be miserable, and we got the right to be happy. Happy is a byproduct of the work you put in. Whatever dog you feed the most, you can feed the sad dog or you can feed the happy dog. Whichever one you want to feed the most. You know what I mean? So they call it good, bad, whatever. But yeah, it's two of them inside of you. You choose. Until tomorrow.